Man. So breaking news that just came down a few minutes ago. The feds has arrested Sean Diddy Combs, and yeah, let's just get right to it because this is crazy. He's been under monthly scrutiny since a 2023 lawsuit by former girlfriend Cassie, accusing him of sex trafficking and years of abuse. Mm-mm-mm. This is um this is not good for the 54-year-old. Just not. Now, we've seen lawsuits that's been out against him. Like last week, he had a lawsuit that was to the tune of $100 million that he lost with a guy out in Michigan. Homeland Security went into the Midtown Hotel late Monday where Diddy was staying, and they arrested him. Uh, there are unconfirmed reports that the feds are searching the hotel room, and he has been taken to the FBI field office in Manhattan. Appears that the action was taken in connection with the ongoing criminal investigation into the alleged sex trafficking and other offenses that led to search warrants being issued and executed at Diddy's homes out in Beverly Hills and in Miami. Now, his attorney told TMZ that, of course, they were disappointed in the decision to pursue what they believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Diddy by the U.S. Attorney's Office. And of course, they ran down how he was a music icon, a family man, self-made entrepreneur, all that stuff, right? Um, so a lot of it is still unknown as to what exactly he's being charged with, but this is not good. This is not good. And normally, when the feds come kicking down your door waving the 4-4, that means they got something on you. That means they got something on you. And and that stuff is normally when the feds come kicking down your door is airtight, barring some extenuating circumstance. What's up, Trey? Long time no see. Good to see you, bro. So the arrest comes a year after his former girlfriend Cassie filed an explosive sex trafficking and abuse lawsuit against him in November. He then reached a settlement the next day. Seven more women and a man have since come forward to sue Combs with allegations ranging from sex trafficking to sexual assault. And not only that, so not only you had the guy out in Michigan win his lawsuit, but there's the girl from Danny Kane who filed her lawsuit against Diddy. Now the investigation is being led by the Southern District of New York, and in early July, NBC reported that a grand jury was hearing evidence in relation to sex trafficking and racketeering. Federal agents, did a search warrant on his home on March 25th. This is where you had the feds raid the houses in out in Miami and in Los Angeles and New York or whatever, right? They also had officials pulled up on him at the Miami Opalaka Airport. Yep. So this is this is wow. They say in May, Rolling Stone published its 6-month investigation into the mogul, uncovering a previously unreported allegation of violence against a woman on the Howard campus. new details of alleged physical aggression and claims that Combs sexually harassed a freelance employee at a 2001 party. Now, several people who spoke to Rolling Stone des- described Combs as a serial predator who uses fame, fortune, industry status, and reputation as a fun-loving party host to hide a volatile temper and disturbing narcissistic behavior for decades. His fall from grace began with Ventura's lawsuit when she claimed that Combs routinely physically attacked her and forced her to have drug-fueled intercourse with male sex workers during arrangement he dubbed as freak-offs during the 10-year relationship. We also saw the video of Diddy going in on that girl, going upside that girl's head at that hotel, and back in 2016. That video got out, and that was, oh man, Diddy, as we know it at that point, it was over for him. When that video got out, it was over. It was over for him. It was done. It's over with. He is done, son. Oh, oh, infamous. Hey, I talked about that Saturday night. I talked about that very same thing Saturday night. I don't know if you caught my video on that, but I talked about that Saturday night about how that guy, that 21-year-old individual, Javion McGee, was lynched out there in Henderson, North Carolina, and was hung from a tree. Oh, we ain't forgot about that. So, so you had sexual assault, so it was supposed to expire on Thanksgiving Day, and then you had all these people at the 50. And y'all, I was, man, I was doing all that reading and didn't even know I went offline. But I'm back now. Um, Can y'all hear me clearly? Can y'all hear me clearly? Because I apologize for the technical difficulties or whatever, but this is crazy from him, man. This is crazy. You have all these people come out suing him for various allegations and all that, and now the feds has taken him in, and it is unclear what the charges are. Gotta see what the charges are. Is he gonna get bail? Is he gonna be a flight risk and all that stuff? But look, this is this is not good. This is not good at all for Diddy. This is not good at all for Diddy. Um, the house of cards is falling down, and we're just gonna have to see how this plays out. We just gonna have to see how this plays out because this is insane what's going on with this man. I mean, this man has multiple allegations out against him. This man has multiple lawsuits out against him. And now this man's gotten arrested by the feds. And it's unclear as to whether or not they are searching his hotel or whatever. If y'all went back to that raid that went down back in March, and they seized whatever they seized at that raid, right? I wonder if from that raid they found something on those hard drives, on those computers to where now they decided to make the move on him. But I mean, this is a mess. This is a legal nightmare for Diddy. It's already bad enough. Got all these people suing him for various allegations, and now the feds is kicking down his door, waving the full force. Mm-mm-mm. So this is the question I got, right? Because I know an individual who was a former owner of the WWE, right? He sold the WWE to TKO, and his name is Vince McMahon, right? So if they're kicking down the door, waving the full force on Diddy, where's that same energy and where's that same pressure for Vince McMahon? Because Vince McMahon got just as much allegations out on him as Diddy, but they kicked down the door on Diddy. Why aren't they kicking down the door on Vince McMahon? There's a Netflix documentary that's about to come out on September 25th talking about Vince McMahon, but yet they kicked down Diddy's door. Why aren't they kicking down Vince McMahon's door? Because, see, it's all about being fair and balanced around here. It's all about being fair and balanced, right? I don't got no horse in the race, nor dog in the fight. If you do that shit, allegedly, then you're going to have your day in court to proclaim your innocence or whatever like that, right? But going back to Diddy, when you watch Making the Band, when he had them doing all kinds of crazy stuff just to be able to record music and things of that nature, and the way he was acting towards those individuals for that reality TV show, when you factor in um what's that guy's name? He always on the R the dot when Gene Deal was saying the stuff he was saying on the R the dialogue. It was just way too much detail for somebody to make up a lie. It was just way too much detail for somebody to make up a lie. And when you factor all that in, you know, I just felt that it was time for them to make that move. I just felt it was time for them to go ahead and make that move. And they did. They went ahead and made that move. And now Diddy is probably gonna see an arraign he's probably gonna have an arraignment soon. And that arrest came after the grand he was indicted by a grand jury. That's when they finally went ahead and pulled the trigger, no pun intended, on him getting put in the getting put in the cuffs and all that, right? Yep. Yeah, that's one thing Vince McMahon got. He got that complexion for the protection. And I wouldn't be surprised if Vince McMahon gets tried and convicted and Donald Trump ends up being president of the United States. Guess who's getting a party? Guess who's getting a party? Because Vince McMahon and Donald Trump are best friends. Birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. And then for Trump himself, Trump, he got all the more incentive to be president because if he loses the presidency, he going to jail. So Trump got all the incentive in the world to become president, but I can guarantee you this: if Vince McMahon gets tried, if whenever Vince McMahon goes to court and he gets tried and convicted, and Donald Trump ends up becoming president of the United States, guess who's getting the party? Guess who's getting the party? Right? But Diddy, we'll see. But yeah, man, this is for those of you just gotten here, breaking news: the feds went to Diddy's hotel, put him in some cuffs and all that, and they taking him away. So, but yeah, you got all these people coming out filing lawsuits. The girl from Danny Kane. You got a woman by the name of Liza Gardner. Uh, we know about Cassie's lawsuit. Um, who else? There's more people. Who's that? Other, yeah, Rodney Jones, who they call Low Rod. He went sued Diddy for sexual assault and all that. But also remember, right? He was a chairman of Revolt, had to sell her stake in that. Um, remember he had a stake in Ciroc Vodka. He ended up losing that. He had Sean John and Macy's don't even like you can't even find any Sean John apparel anywhere. Not even at City Trends. And City Trends be in the hood, where all the chicken heads and other hood rats and dusty dudes be up in that bitch, right? But you can't find any Sean John apparel anywhere. You probably can't even find that bitch at Goodwill. You can't even find that motherfucker nowhere. Maybe in some third world country, something like that, you might find some Sean John. But as far as like Macy's, they took all that shit off the shelf. You can't even find so much as Sean John cologne. You won't even find that motherfucker at Family Dollar. There's no evidence of Sean John anywhere in the store. Anything associated with Diddy, it is your his name is toxic. Let's put it that way. His name is super toxic. It's super toxic. Any deals that he had got taken off the table, right? Any deals that was already in place got ripped up. You know, they severed ties with it. This man is done. He is done. He is pretty much an afterthought. Nobody is going to touch this man with anything. When that video came out with him assaulting Cassie, that was that to me, that was the final death nail right there. That's right. That was the final death nail for Diddy. So all right. So on that note, I'm gonna get up out of here. Once again, I apologize for the technical difficulties in the stream. Um, I was just going off on a tangent, not realizing that I was you know, getting out and all that stuff. But yeah, man, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, support the channel. If you want to donate, there's the Cash App, there's the PayPal. Any and all donations are accepted, appreciate it. I thank everybody for tuning in. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt.